relationships with the opposite sex and how that has an impact of the residential school, especially if you have a disability, you weren't taught or you weren't given that opportunity because you weren't either chosen as a partner, you weren't of the norm, or you were not considered a jock. Even for women that had a disability in these residential schools, I don't know how it was for women and how they were treated by the opposite sex. If they were just treated like less than human, or just something to use. Their sexual abuse, if they've been abused, 4 times greater than that of the normal population. I can only give an overview of for women in residential schools because I don't know. And one of the other things I've learned after residential school in trying to get involved with a woman, I didn't know the signs of body language. We weren't taught that in school. If you had a disability and you didn't have a relationship inside the residential school with the opposite sex, or even outside the residential school with the opposite sex, you didn't learn these tools that were necessary to move on in a relationship with the opposite sex. And if you weren't considered a jock in residential school and having a disability, you were more or less thrown by the wayside because no able-bodied woman or individual would want to be seen with a person with disability. We lost out on forming relationships. We were just like dolls. Still to this day, when it comes to sex, a lot of us don't know about uh, relationships or never have had the opportunity of having a relationship, long-term, short-term, or any relationship. We lack those skills because we weren't given those opportunities when we were younger. Till to this day, at 65, you're still treated like a child when it comes to your sexuality or sex. I realized I had many choices to choose from, but I wanted to talk about this being 65 and still being angry. Now, the sexual abuse and my sexuality was my experience, was it rape? And the fears of getting into a relationship now. I still want to, but I'm learning how to do it now. I'm learning what's expected. And you have to learn the tools of being in a relationship and especially the body language, because you don't know if someone's interested in you, but they may be. There may have been a lot of relationships that were open to me, but I didn't know the body language and still don't.